Never before has the world had life so easy, so much abundance at their fingertips. They don't even have to go and fetch it. They can push a few buttons and some DoorDash will deliver it, and they can pay without a trip to the bank. When I was a kid, we used to go every Friday to wait in line to deposit a paycheck or cash a paycheck and spend it. We don't have to do that anymore. The world's never had it so easy. We've never had so much fear, so much anxiety, so much stress. We've never had this high of a divorce rate. We've never had this much infidelity. We have never had this many children out of wedlock. We have never had as many cases of young kids on trial for murder. We have never had just this much. We've never had a generation afraid of the ringer on their own cell phone. Never. The phone rang, you used to run to it. Now the phone rings, people run from it. So what's happening? There's a really big need in this world for some small voice, and hopefully mine becomes one of them. There's a really big need for someone to say, just because someone's a narcissist, they don't have to be your ex. Just because someone's avoidant or this or that, they don't have to be your ex. You don't get to the relationship that you want without trials. You don't get to the relationship you want by continually abandoning relationships. If you think that because you and your friends have diagnosed your ex's entire life, where you don't know everything about their life because most of it's probably shrouded in secrecy, but you've diagnosed exactly who they are, what they are, and what they're worth, and you're going to discard them and just jump on line and find a replacement. I'm not condemning my ex right now, by the way. It probably sounds like I am. I'm actually talking about me, because I was the first one to go on dating apps. And there was nothing good came of that. But the whole wide world is slapping a label on their partner because the relationship's not working. And then they're saying, you know what, there's a billion fish in the sea, I'm going to go find another. I've actually said that pretty much exactly to my spouse. The reality is trauma wrecked a relationship that had all of those good bones that we look for. And if you don't heal that trauma of your own and jump into the next relationship, you're going to go from trauma to trauma. God is not the author of your trauma. He's the solution. And God said, I am truth, I am love, I am light. So how exactly do you think that trauma is going to be resolved if it doesn't come to the light? It's not. It's going to be replicated. Okay? So healing is what we're all after. You're not going to find healing in a partner 3 weeks after a 10-year divorce. You're not. Healing is something you might be able to heal. You might be able to heal from your divorce in 3 weeks, but it will not be because you replace them. Your rebound is not your healer. It's your Redeemer who can heal you that fast. It's the Lord Jesus Christ. So if you've been running from him like I was going to shoot myself in 2005. He came to me as a fireball in the sky. And I could not stop believing in that because I saw it with my own eyes. The Bible says, by signs and wonders you'll believe. And I saw the signs and wonders less than an hour after I called on him as an atheist, knowing that my days were ending that day. My hours were short. Time was running out, and it was going to be me who punched the clock. And I called on him in disbelief. You know, I said something. I probably even cussed at him. Probably said, if you're real, I need you to get down here and fix this effing mess that I made. Something like that. And actually, I probably didn't even account it to my own mess. I probably accounted it to the woman that I was furious at. And sure enough, within an hour, there was a freaking huge, massive fireball. I thought that it was a rocket attack on the airbase that was behind me for just a few seconds. And then I saw a full rainbow around a full moon. A Crayola-colored circular rainbow was around a full moon. I'm not lying. And there are times where the enemy has made me doubt it and think that I was hallucinating or I was this or I was that. I'm not telling you that if me and you were standing side by side that you would see it. I don't know. I have no idea. God is bigger than me. I don't have to know. What I know is what I saw. And it's burned in my mind forever, like a handful of other memories. And I know that they're real. And in that moment, I knew there was a God. That was the critical thing that I needed. But even though he cleaned me up, he made me feel like complete relief in that moment. And for the days and weeks ahead, he gave me complete healing and relief from my bitter sorrow and agony. He took me out of my pain. What did I do? I turned my back on him. I went running right straight back toward the same habits and patterns that caused that pain in the first place. Oblivious. Because I assigned that problem to the woman, not to me. Anytime that I'd go through a breakup, it was her fault, her fault, her fault. I've done that my whole life. It's not her fault. It's my fault. They're my fault. They are my characteristics. They're my patterns. They're my traumas. They're my wounds. And they're never going to stop until I dig all the way back down to my very first memories and pull them all the way up. And I don't have to have $50,000 worth of therapy from my really good insurance policy. And, of course, to have that good insurance policy, I have to work at a really high stress job with my really good career that I spent a really long time getting. I don't have a job. I have not made any money in almost 2 months. And I'm not losing anything. Maybe they'll turn off the power. Maybe they'll turn off the water, but it's not a real big deal. So it's really not a real big deal. And healthcare has never done anything but tell me I'm fine when I'm sick, and my healing has come through my own actions. So I'm in really good health, and honestly, God doesn't need the pharma's help to keep mankind running. It doesn't need it at all. So if you think that you need to have medical care to live, if you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and you believe heaven's where you want to be, why would you want to stay here a day longer anyway? Honestly. I'm not afraid to leave this planet. I'm eager to go to the next life and to be with the Lord. But if you keep running from trauma to trauma and running away from God, don't be half-assed calling out on him to solve this problem. That's like asking an employer to give you a paycheck without showing up for work. Would you ask that? That's foolish. You wouldn't ask that. It's completely unrealistic. If you're not some woke crybaby entitled welfare brat, you would never say, "Where's my check?" You'd go and you'd work for it. And then you'd say, "Now pay me." So do yourself a favor and look at God the same way as an employer. How can I serve you so that you'll take care of my needs, so that you'll meet my needs? That's how you want to approach him. And I really pray that you will not wait. Don't wait a day. Another day without him is a day that you have no idea how much better it could be. Don't wait.